half at Rugby Park in Waihi. Great take there by the hooker, Will Massey for Tairua. Good little run up there, making his way back to halfway, settling up there. Half back out to Johnson, just knocked a cap penalty there by the referee. Inside the 10, I would guess there by the boys from Coromandel. So discipline will be an interesting factor for Coromandel, I would guess, in this second half. Tairua just want to play an attacking game of rugby.
As we try to find touch there, and they've found that for Tairua, and I think hopefully they've had a couple of their isogenic shakes and they're going to be fizzing for the second half. And
good shot here in front of us where we're doing the commentary. Thanks to Ctas Live who've been delivering the commentary. We still got one more game to bring. Grant Collingwood and all the crew there. Check them out. Google Ctas Live, CTAS Live. You'll find out all the information there as well. And do keep in touch and give them a call if you want a live stream opportunity. Great. It's a great job that they do. Running back in the middle by the centre pairing there of Tairua. Going down in the tackle there was Captain Josh Law, but turned over by the boys by Coromandel. Luke McGrath, their captain as well. Moved it back. Woody Hunter getting ready to head up to Manuel there, running up strong there with the number 8 from Coromandel. Boys going and settling down there as well. They're going to go the physical yards off the ruck and wall. Here we go. McGrath, the captain, moving up one bit at a time, making a slightly ever little bit of meters.
The pick and go game is one that with the Coromandel boys are well used to. When you look at the size of them, it's their style of game. They don't want to run side to side, and they'll willingly take the Tairua boys on up front.
Getting a nice little platform there, waiting for Josh Woody Hunter to get ready to move it out to the back line. Here comes the number 10 around the right-hand side of Josh, and the big kick down the sideline. Good little bounce there in favour for the fullback who like it and take a big kick and move it back out to the sideline for a line out there with Coromandel due to throw it in there. Hiding Rangi Renata getting ready, I would guess, to make his way to the sideline to throw it in.
And we talk about those veterans before, Reno, and Heide's one of those players. He's been around for Coromandel for a long, long time, and he brings a lot of mana to the team and a lot of respect from all the other clubs as well.
He played a bit of Valley back in the day, prop for the Thames Valley boys as well. We do see the return now. It's only down to 14 players on the field for Coromandel. JK Misikini back onto the field there after 10 minutes in the bin. Well contained there by Keanu Manuel in the line. A bit of a juggle at first and good strong run there by the number 8 for the Coromandel team. Woody Hunter getting ready to move out there to, of course, Renata. Nice strong run there by the hooker and throwing off the number 12 for Tairua. Trying to settle it down there and get it back out, but unfortunately didn't let it go. And penalty there, James Higgins goes boop.
Yeah, it's been a lot of penalties, so discipline's really starting to go against the Tairua side now, rather than the first half it was the other way. So they've got to get that under control.
Just settling down easy into the start of the second half. It's only minutes into this game here as well. So, you know, we're just slowly rolling on into the 43rd minute of this game. So, a long way to go. The weather's getting hotter here at Rugby Park in Waikiki. And the number 21 for Tairua, Daniel Cameron at halfback there as well, with a nice little darting run there by the number 4, Kate Elliott down the sideline. Good strong little run there, feeds into number 7 who settles down. Tairua pick up and move forward there with the prop, Curtis Hall. Moving on through now, good little pick up there with the replacement halfback on the field, Daniel Cameron. And there we go, and there's a little pass that's gone astray there in the winger. Number 11 for Coromandel, Marcus Save, doing a big strong run there.
What I like there, Reno, he didn't look to throw a silly pass. He knew it wasn't on. He took it to ground and just continued to set up play again, and here they come.
Daniel Cujo with a good strong there. The lock for Coromandel feeding off and moving into his mate Rory Wright there. Massive strong run there after being on the bench for 10 minutes from JK Misikini as well. Very strong run to the middle, settle down out to the fullback for the Coromandel, who's going to use it out wide. Is Marcus going to go into the corner? But it looks like a forward pass, I would guess, suggested by the ref.
Looks like we're back to 15 v 15, right? We know.
Yeah, good to see. So this should bring an extra bit of excitement here for the remainder of the second half. Good to see 15 on 15 now. This is the key moment. Great. Discipline, one word.
That's it. And Ross Cooper, he's back from his publicity requirements.
Thank you, Crane. That was well substituted there. We've got dealt to Grassroots Rugby for their segment in the final. Very close game, 10-11.
Very close, yes.
Yeah, both teams, Ross, back to the full 15 at the moment, so we'll have to see how things roll out in the next few minutes. Look, a very strong scrum there back with the full-strength Coromandel out to their first 5. Orleff, who's running up to the middle to the whole pack again, wants to settle the game down and get it back out to their team. We do see the fullback coming into the back line. Joseph Wikaita for the Coromandel. They deliver out, go in short.
Building a bit of pressure here. Penalty coming.
Yep. And a good tap there by Alexander Smith, trying to use his power to get over the line there, but he's come up short. And Coromandel, look, Troy Leaf there, the big prop there, running strong. They're going to use the big boys up the middle here, keep it short and tight. And unfortunately, yep, all come undone.
Oh, it's disappointing, isn't it, when you do all the hard work and then you just muck it up at the last chance. So that's disappointing for Coromandel. Good defence from Tairua, but I again question this patience on the ball and maintaining the ball and making the right decision when it's... and you don't need to rush these things, do you?
No, Tairua has shown they're doing really well here with their patience on the fence. Look, they're right on their trial line. It's like watching Coromandel from the start of the game. Very, very strong in the first 10 or 15 minutes. It's whether or not they can continue that throughout the remainder of the second half. The sunny weather's come through, but a cloud. A few of the locals are back as well up on the fence, some on their decks, and the red and white dynamite are sitting there.
I think some of the locals might have been fooled by the 2 o'clock instead of 3 o'clock. So, yes, quite a vocal crowd here for this game. The grandstands outside the ground over on the other side there are getting filled up with the red and white dynamites from Whangamata. But this is a willing game here, isn't it? Very close. Tale of two styles, one putting the big fellas up through the middle and the other one sort of running them around a bit. So,
and the scrum's going to settle us down just for a little bit as well.
You know, got the edge in the scrum, definitely, haven't they?
And you would think too, you know, if we were to have spectators, this was at Rhodes Park, you could imagine there will be no one home in Tairua or Coromandel. They'll be pretty well emptied out towns. They'll be all down supporting, but
noise.
And a lot of noise and a lot of hoop-ha and a lot of singing and entertainment as well. But it is what it is. This little bug called COVID's kind of brought it to where it is at the moment. But I do hope you're all enjoying the live stream in the comfort of wherever you are, whether you're at your club rooms, at your home, having a coldie or a barbie or in the spa or somewhere, enjoying this live stream. It's been a privilege to work alongside with Ross Cooper, and thanks to the team from Ctas Live as the scrum settles on down as we continue in the second half. Very tight tussle between the two teams, the two top teams for the Lawrence Cup and the Senior B Rugby. Beautiful day here in Waiheke. We still got the premier game at 3 o'clock. So just a reminder, not traditionally at 2, at 3 o'clock. Into the scrum does Woody Hunter put the ball in, moving out now to the switch move there to Keanu Manuel.
Shades of the Sid Going brothers move there, I think, from way back.
Troy Leith, the big prop there, running up strong, getting closer to the line. You're going to see a penalty come up here soon for the boys from Coromandel. Had to come. They're going to try and barge your way right up under the post. They're getting closer, the boys from Coromandel. Tairua are doing really good at defence.
Yeah, great
well
leg
done.
drive there, wasn't it?
Yep.
But you got to compliment Tairua on that defence.
Great defence.
Yep.
Nice tap there back to Troy Leaf, and he wants to get over the try line for a try, but not quite held up short. They're going to go out wide there. The first side, or Leaf, I would guess he's over there with adjustable head high on that as well. And look, they're celebrating already, Coromandel. So the first fight, Jordan Olif, will see the scoreline move it out to 16-10 Rugby Park here in Waiheke, with the kick to come from the try scorer himself as well. Tairua done well with the pressure in the last few minutes on the try line. Just out the line there. It's something you called and predicted throughout the game today between these two, especially from Coromandel, the big boys up the middle, and then they'll spread it out wide.
And you've got to compliment Coromandel there. They were patient. but they certainly spread it wide there. A couple of big boppers up in close quarters, just missed under the goal post. And you look back to that movement, went out wide, and I think it was 10, wasn't it? Scored.
Yep.
Easy run in for the try, and then yeah, makes it an interesting last 30 minutes, 25 minutes.
Yeah, that'll be the telling part in this game as well. Very warm conditions, dark cloud, just slowly sneaking on over. Change there for Tairua as well. One of their players is limping off to the far side, so we'll give you that update coming up real soon. Is the first side, the try scorer, Jordan Olif, gets ready to convert his own try. Sounds good from the crowd. Look, you can hear the crowd just before him kicking it, going, oh, you can do it. So, yeah, he got that over right down the middle. Very, very happy try scorer converting that as well. We see the score line here at Rugby Park in Waihi, 18-10 at the moment.
Very important kick to push it out. 8 points now.
Yep, makes Tairua got to score twice here as well. Getting ready to kick it off from the halfway is their first side, Sam Clark, to get the proceeding of this game underway. There goes the kick-off, and it's going to be taken by the halfback, Woody Hunter, who settles into Manuel, who's going to run it up from the 22, right there into the middle of the field there as well. Wants to settle on things. I think we're going to see exactly the same. No, we don't. And there goes the kick by the try scorer. Johnny Hale wants to run back as well, settles things down for the boys from Tairua. Good pass to the first five there from the replacement halfback. Woody Hunter now halfback for Coromandel, gets it, feeds it back to his fullback, who puts it right back down the middle. From Joseph Wikaita there as well, the fullback just getting the ball under control for Tairua. Johnny Hale just running things up. And he gets a good little pass out there to, of course, the number 8, Shane Johnson, and the headgear runs out, but unfortunately not enough area to run along the side. They must put a foot in this on the sideline there as well. So well called by the touch judge over there. A lot more to come, a lot more running pace in this game there between Coromandel and Tairua. It's only early time in the second half, but a very, very exciting final here for the Senior B, and I hope you all join the live stream.
Alexander Smith made a really good tackle there. It had to be made, didn't it? And he managed to pull it off, so Coromandel back with the ball.
Oh, that looked pretty close. I would say that was way forward. Very, very lucky, but yeah, well picked up by the ref. We picked it up here from where we could see it. It must have been close to nearly a metre forward as well. So, wrong thing to do.
Yeah, and it's sad because they just won the ball back, and then you turn it over. It's an unforced error, isn't it? And it was way forward. It wasn't marginal at all. And, you know, when you look at opportunities in the game, they just won the ball back. They could have kicked into the corner and put pressure on, and what do? They turn it over through an unforced error. So they'll have to tidy those areas up in their game. Scrum time, Tairua ball.
Put in by the replacement halfback, Daniel Cameron. Big, strong scrum there by the boys of Coromandel, but well picked up by Johnson, number 8. For Tairua, running strong at number 6 there from the Coromandel. Settling it down here, Cameron wants his hands on it to settle things out, moving it out wide now to the boys from Tairua, moving up down the sideline there as well. And a penalty.
Some of the big Coromandel forwards are struggling to get back, aren't they? And Tairua have got to, in my opinion, got to speed the game up, take it wide, and move these big fellas around. But they certainly going down the short side, which is stretching the defence, and it's the right tactics. A crucial throw here for Tairua to get some points on the ball from this line-out throw, so it'll be interesting to see. They've gone for a short line-out on a long throw.
Well done, picked up by Elliott out to the halfback, Cameron, moving out to number 12 there, 13, hits the line, very, just about broke through. And here we go, we're going to get a try coming in here. Well done to Tairua, and the try from the number 12 there for Tairua, Noah Clark, and they're celebrating that as well. Well-worked move from the previous play to the line-out. Good patience there as well, just good ball in hand, and well executed and well-deserved try there by the number 12.
And smart play, wasn't it, really?
Yeah.
You got to win the line out, which they did. They gave it back and used the ball to beat the man, and if I was Coromandel, I'd be looking for some big breaths of oxygen at the moment because they are really struggling to get around the paddock. So Tairua got to up the ante, and Coromandel have got to slow it down somehow and maintain the ball for long periods of time. But a very smart try from Tairua, and it closes it right up 15-18 at the moment. If this kick goes over, there'll only be 1 point in it.
Unfortunately, didn't go the way he wanted to go for Logan Cox. Oh, look, they up-rush, so he's going to get another shot at this, is he? Looks like an over-eager Coromandel player is trying to rush Logan Cox, the kicker, as well. So the ref has picked this up, obviously. I kind of wondered whether or not they had jumped the gun just slightly. No, he's called it.
I thought it was for somebody calling out, but I don't know who it was. Who knows? Might have been the Wonga boys. Who knows, mate? But referee took advice, which was good.
Yeah.
He initially made a decision to give a re-kick, and then he took advice from the touch judge. So good on him. Bit of a let off there. Score remains 18-15, and we've got exactly. I can't do the maths. About 25 minutes to go. 25 minutes left in this game.
Nice kick off, nicely taken there by Tairua there in the middle, with the number 18 Ben Krause, who's come on at the stage for Tairua. That's one of the replacements. And a big kick there by the first 5, Sam Clark, right back down there to the fullback of Joseph Wikaida, who kicked it straight back down to, it's a game of a kickback at the moment. There we go, big pass out, let's run this Tairua. Fullback running strong, Johnny Howell runs it and gets it out to the winger on the side. He's moving real fast here. And a knock-on, unfortunately, one of those things. So ref playing advantage here with Renata running up strong there. The hooker for Coromandel settling the ball down. Woody Hunter puts a little chip over the back there with the centre. Sims running hard, but the ball's gone in the touch. So
Time
for a breather.
There,
yep.
Reno, isn't it? It's just a couple of seconds before.
Quick throw in by Tairua. We see the game get underway. The first 5 gets in his hand. Sam Clark kicks it back down to the fullback. Joseph Wikaida wants to put it up. A little dab kick in the middle there. Not too sure if no one was chasing after it, unfortunately, but the fullback for Tairua, Johnny Howe, kicks it right back, and there it goes.
The Coromandel boys are really struggling to get back. So Tairua, you can see, have upped the ante, quick throw-ins, and they're trying to increase the pace of the game, and it's paying dividends. Great kick into the corner, just outside the 22. So, interesting tactics, and they're paying off here.
This is going to be the telling part of this game, I would guess, the last 20 minutes, Ross, especially from the Coromandel boys, whether they can hang in there. Yeah, it's hard at the moment. Tairua has got that extra bit of spring at the moment. Look, the fence lines come up flat. Coromandel want to keep ball in the maul there and try and move out, but there we go, a knock on by the halfback. Just too over eager, but a penalty. Slapped down out of his hand by the looks, according to the referee. So very, very lucky there, Coromandel.
I think Coromandel got away with one there, but that's all right. You can't knock the ball out of that halfback's hand, apparently. But yeah, it's interesting tactics, and Coromandel have to just suck in the big breaths of air and control the ball for large periods of time. They haven't got the energy to run it around, and not finding touch doesn't help. No,
it doesn't help as well. Gets Coromandel back on the front foot here, running a big kick up in the air there by Howard. Look at the good run there by Logan Cox, the winger, and nicely taken the first 5 as well. Who left the try scorer earlier for Coromandel, settling things down there with a turnover at the moment, but a penalty. The voices are getting a bit louder here on the rugby sidelines, even though it's down to 100. There is just a small amount of crowd here on the sidelines from Tairua and Coromandel, supporting their teams with 20 plus minutes to go in this game. Talking to obviously the captains, just want to get a bit of discipline into the match before things get out of hand. The 20 minutes is going to be very, very telling, I would guess, in this final for the Lawrence Cup and the Senior B at the Rugby Park here in Waihi.
As you say, Reno, discipline's going to win this game for
Yep.
either side. They've just got to be smart and keep the discipline and play to their individual strengths. As I've said many times, Tairua are looking to run it wide to move the big fellas around, and Coromandel, I think their strength is obviously up front with the big fellas and just slowing the game down to their pace. So it's a battle of wills here. 20 minutes to go. It's going to be a very interesting last 20.
And these two teams too both deserve in the final. Look, they've been up there and over the whole season battling it out. It's not been much in the scoreline between the two teams over the round robin season, but to the final they both deserve to be there. And as they find a touch finder there by the first 5 all left for Coromandel, the boys are just slowly walking up there to get their line out all sorted, and we'll carry on for the next 20 minutes of entertainment physical rugby here in the Senior B final. Well done by Mr. Cameron there at halfback, running up as the first 5. Look, he's moving up fast to Johnson, who's been outstanding since getting hurt earlier on in the headgear. Good little settle down there by the boys from Tairua, and he held on to it. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. People do shake their head at it, and I'm thinking, really? It is a tough one.
Very tough call there. He left his feet. That's the letter of the law. You can't do that. And he did that as he entered the ruck. But, yeah, that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Discipline is really, really important for both sides to keep a lid on it.
Oh, shoulder.
Referee saying it was a shoulder charge, no arms and a tackle. So, you know, Tyrell gave the ball up again. It'll be interesting to see if they can find touch Coromandel and get the ball back and maintain it. Quite a willing encounter, isn't it? The both sides are just about moved past the handbag stage, haven't they, Reno?
I would say so, mate. You know, I hope so, and just play a good, decent game of hard rugby.
They're just letting the little bit of rattle come into the game, which is not necessary, but it's all about control and looking for field position and straight running and, you know, maintaining the ball. So Coromandel have got to play to their strength, and Tairua have got to move it wide.
Yep, they started to move it inside there with Renata moving up there with Hooker, the hooker from Coromandel. A good couple of moves there. Moving and passing, there we go. The first 5's running strong as well. So Coromandel on the attack, very strong, making their way slowly up to the Tairua 22. Inside little pass as well, but held up was the slight gentleman there compared to the other bigger frames around him, but they're moving on through. Manuel moves it out to the winger, Save. Marcus Save out there. Good tackle there by Tairua, right over by the sideline. So plenty of physical running coming from the boys from the Coromandel, and still doing the big yarns. Tairua, well done to their defence at the moment, holding Coromandel at bay as they move it out the back line. Renata moving out there with the back line as well. For Coromandel, Woody Hunter moving up there to Leaf, who's got it now. Then we get the knock on. All of that work was said. How many times today there, Ross? All of the hard work that's been going with both teams. And a yellow card. Okay, I thought it was a knock on at first, but a yellow card must be for, I would guess, shoulder or something.
It's disappointing, isn't it? You know, when you get, and I think it's a little bit to do with finals rugby, Reno. You know, they just got to calm it down and be really accurate. And if you're not going to get the pass away, Sonny Bill Williams style, to quote a player from the past, then take the tackle, set it up, get the next runner up. It's just forcing that last pass, which is just causing a few problems for all the teams today, let alone just these two. Just forcing it a little bit too much, but that's the spirit of this game, and they want to chuck it around, and that's also entertaining. Coromandel will look here to get this ball and rumble it across, I would imagine, through their big forward pack.
Yeah, take the ball in and settle up, and there we go with Manuel taking it nice and clean. He's been doing a great job. Has Keanu Manuel in the line out, receiving the ball from Renata in the throw-in. They're settling up, like you say, Ross. Look, just taking a little bit at a time. The back line's going to run, and they're looking like they want to push up, but they decide, no, we better stay out here. Look like they want to do an all 15-man limit maul over the line, but here we go. Look, strong, good defence by Tairua at the moment. Can they withstand it? Good strong push there by the boys from Coromandel on the try line, nearly close to the try line. Settling in defence is the boys from Tairua. Good strong push again by the boys from Coromandel. If it works out how it's going to work out, here it comes to the back line. Misikini running up strong. There's a great defence, two-man tackle by the boys from Tairua on him. And another penalty.
Extreme pressure on the Tairua team at the moment, and they're doing well to handle this.
Tairua very strong from their forward pack in the attack on the line here. Only, I would guess, metres away there for metre. Tairua doing very well. Look at that, the ball's coming loose. And the captain, Lucas McGrath, wants to run up there and straight back into it and settle it down. Wants his big boys back behind him to support him. But
What happened there was not on.
I would guess a knock on there for boys from Coromandel. And Tairua, well, they'll be relieved with that. Very good defence with the team from Tairua on a very strong Coromandel attack. So well done, Tairua. Get the ball back into the scrum.
Some big breaths coming in here, isn't there, Reno?
Yeah,
They're all a bit gasping, really. It's been a full-on onslaught from Coromandel, and Tairua really have done very well to keep them out. So, very close game, 3 points in it, 15 minutes to go. No, 15 minutes to go. So, Coromandel really need to get over here and get this try. And of course, Tairua will be looking to withstand another attack and get out of their red zone.
Coromandel feeding the ball in here. Must be a knock on earlier from Tairua. Woody Hunter just waiting behind number 8, Manuel, to get the ball back. They're slowly pushing and making their way. And that looks like Manuel running up to the try line. He's made it over the line. I think he's come up short there for Coromandel. Very close to the line there. And out to the fair side, number 12, Misikini running back in strong into the forward pack of Coromandel. Woody Hunter tries to do a little dart there at the maul. Comes up a bit short, taken back though, but picked up by the boys from Coromandel. They get it back, and they're going to feed it out to the back line and going up the middle. Very strong up the middle, Emmanuel. Good, strong defence there by Tairua.
Opportunities out wide, and unmarked winger standing out there waving his hand away, but Coromandel trying to do the business up through the forward pack, which is understandable, but they've just got to be careful. They don't let go of the ball and keep the pressure on. I think they've got another put in here.
Coromandel.
Yeah, Coromandel. So they'll be putting the scrum together and hoping to get perhaps push the number 8 over, control the ball at the back. I'm picking. Who knows? That's what I do.
Woody Hunter feeds it into the scrum here. Still a very, very big, strong push by Coromandel, but Woody Hunter gets caught in a two-man tackle there out on the blind side as well, but picked up well by the boys from Coromandel, settling it back, moving it back. They're going to barge their way up the line here. Tairua defending very well here at the moment, the pressure of the last few minutes. And there we go, a strong push there as well. Nearly got the arm through, was one of the players from Coromandel reaching out to the try line, but not quite there. Pick up and barging their way over again.
Sustained pressure at the moment, isn't it, from Coromandel? Looking to do it through the forwards, but unfortunately, another penalty, or
Another
is it a
penalty.
try? Another penalty.
Penalty. Tairua thought they must have saw something in there and thought they got the ball out of this. You've got a big back line out here, and there we go into the corner by the winger. Nakasave gets another try for Coromandel right there in the corner with all of the strong pushing and attacking by the Coromandel forwards. Continuous, but you've got to give credit where it was due to Tairua withstanding that for many minutes.
Yeah, I think when you look at that sustained period of attack, Reno, you can't take anything away from Coromandel, but you do have to give credit to the Tairua boys. That was a long period on your goal line. They hung in there, and It was it's time to regroup for them. Scoreline 23-15 at the moment. Just over 12 minutes to go. So she's a ding-dong battle. I'll look to hopefully kick this goal and to push it out even further. But it's 8 points at the moment. So a little bit of a buffer for Coromandel. So Tairua will have to get their hands on the ball and get back into the game if they can. I think Coromandel certainly dug deep there, and when you look at the effort that went in from their big forwards, they certainly maintained the ball for a long period of time. Goal kick is important.
Very important, this goal kick. There has been a change to the Coromandel team. Stacey Mariro has come on as well in number 20 to play his part in this final today for the Senior B final. Lawrence Cup down here at Rugby Park in Waiheke, so only changed there. Not too sure who for, but we'll find that out soon. But good to see the young man Stacey out here representing Coromandel today. Is the first five gets ready to get the kick ready, or discussion going on now with obviously the ref at the moment?
What's happening? Has he overruled the try? Has he? Oh, somebody's throwing a bottle at them or something.
Okay, some discussion going on here at Rugby Park. Whether or not what's going to happen here, we're not too sure. So they're bringing the captain together. Look like something's going to happen around the play of the ball. It's been picked up, obviously, and they've brought the right people in to sort this out. Look, it has been one of these games. Discipline, a word I've used through the whole game, needs to be sorted out in this game. And obviously the referee's got a tough job there in the middle, James Higgin. Whether or not this try is going to stand is going to be interesting. Lucas McGrath, who's the Coromandel captain, has just made his way to what they're having is chat about this as well. So something's obviously happened, being picked up, and both teams are in a huddle. One's on the behind the line, the Tairua team. Coromandel's in a huddle at this stage, but we'll just have to wait and see. Just to let you know, the venue is looking good at the moment. Just a bit of cloud and blue sky around here in Waiheke. The big game coming up for the Premier Final. Te Aroha and Whangamata. Whangamata hasn't made the final since 2006. Been a long time. Coromandel, well, they're defending champs. Te Aroha Cobras are defending champs for their Premier McClinchy Cup final as well. That game kicking off after this one at 3 o'clock today. So live stream continues right through the whole day today. Thanks to Ctas Live. Providing the live stream, and thanks to HD Leach, part of the Teens Valley sponsors and big supporters there as well, and likewise with the Murphy buses, who are part of the sponsors there as well. So, you know, just one of those things when you think of all the sponsors, being one of those indifferent year with no Heartland Rugby, and we've got the club finals on today here in Waiheke, which is good to see. Good crowd control as well, because only 100 allowed and so forth. So hope you're enjoying the live stream. We're just waiting to see. We're just trying to kill a bit of time here to see what's going on here, because we're kind of confused what's going on at the moment. Obviously something has happened. It's not officially a AR, assistant referees come on. Might be someone who's involved, I would guess, with the referee side of things. Teens Valley Rugby Development Officer Marcus Howie is out there in the meeting as well. Something's going on here.
I didn't pick anything up there unless it's something that's been thrown or something. I can't quite get my head around this. It's a long delay, so Marcus will sort it out, no doubt.
Hopefully. You got Caitlin Russell making her way out. Look, what's going on here? Something's either happened. Are they wondering whether or not he did score on the try line, because they can't see that AR didn't have a good view on it, I would guess. But both assistant referees are standing behind the posts.
Apparently, just getting the word from Crane, who's made a phone call. They broke the 100 bubble by touching the supporters outside the ground.
Right.
And I think that's what they're concerned about. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's as he scored the try and ran around to run back, he touched all the supporters standing outside the ground. And the referee pulled them up for that. I'm not sure quite what that's about, but anyhow, safety first, I suppose.
Yeah, no, I'd say you'd be pretty well on the mark there, Ross. I see Marcus Howie over there talking to those supporters over in the corner there as well. So just verifying and letting them know. Is the, good run there by, of course, I'm thinking it's Logan Cox from Tairua running towards the first side who was going for the kick. So that was a little hold up there for about 3 or 4 minutes.
Yeah, well, it'll re-energise both teams, won't it? Because a bit of a breather. So look forward to the next 10 minutes. Be a few sparks flying, I'm picking.
Yeah, head high you would guess too, and the player who tackled the young man who's just come onto the field felt it too. He knew it. He knew it too when he went to the ground, and he's going to get a yellow card. Here he is too. That poor young man, Pooty Bennett, I would guess oh no, he's out here on the wing. So number 18, Ben Kraus.
Yeah, we've talked about this many times during this game. Discipline is really important. An unnecessarily back slam tackle. And the referee's getting lots of advice as well, but he's made a decision, so he's gone. Yellow card, he won't be back.
No, he won't be back, I'd say he'd be gone. Yeah, I'm just trying to add up the numbers here. Whether Tairua have 14 or 13 for the previous sin bin. Right, I'm guessing this could be interesting because quite a few have come together, Ross. They have this little meeting. They've asked the players from Tairua to stand over their way. Look, there's one guy going to talk to them, obviously, as you can see on the live stream. The referees kind of get an indication here. I would guess there is a very, very strong ruling around this with the situation why the game's hosted here in Waihi with the COVID situation. The lady who is part of this is part of her little community thing. She's enjoying this. She can't wait. It's Caitlin Russell. She's out there stamping her authority on this as well. So we'll just have to wait and see how this is going to unfold. There's a lot of talk going on here. People deliberating. We'll use up in the Coromandel. Yes, they're having a hui. We might have to wait to see if there's going to be any dewey out of this, but they're having a hui and we'll see what goes on. It could be something that could come out of how things were controlled, maybe from the previous play in regards to their try. But the referee, James Higgin, is going to talk to the Coromandel people now. They are looking like the roll-on subs is going to happen here. We all just want to see, like you do on the live stream, as a game of footy. We want to see the Senior B final continue on. It looks like Troy Leaf is the exit for the day. He's done a massive hard yard for 70 minutes, has the big prop for Coromandel. You got to take your head off to a guy who's played outstanding rugby for the season. So well done to Troy Leaf, playing outstanding. I agree with you, Reno. The break in the game doesn't help us spectators, but certainly gives the Coromandel boys a bit of a breather, and Tairua will need to get their act together because time is running out, 11 minutes to go. And if I was Coromandel, I would have made sure that kick went out. It didn't. Didn't go out.
So not another mistake. So they've got the ball back, so let's see if they can use it.
Good tackle ball and all there by Keanu Manuel for Coromandel. Wrapping up the game there as well. And the number 10, looking where to go there is the Josh Law captain for Tairua. Just wants to settle things down here as well. And good kick there, good little chip over by the first 5 for the Haere Renata, taking a good strong catch there as well. Well done for the man who played many Valley games back in the years gone by. Moving out to number 20 there for the Coromandel, Mariroa, who feeds it out there as well. Kicked back in by the captain from Coromandel, and the call.
Not a good opportunity.
For Mark, not the one.
Option to kick there, and they'll look like they're going to run it from their 22. So speeding the game up here, which they have to do, Reno.
Yep. Called it right there, Ross. Good little tackle there down the ground, and here we go, Tairua moving out wide, and the wing is going to get outside here. And a good little chip over there by, of course, the number 11, Joe Ferguson, who's had a bit of a quiet game today. Then here we go, and a kick-off kick. Dare I say it again, it's that word discipline again is going to come into the end of it. Who really wants this game or not, whether it's Coromandel or Tairua, just both teams are doing silly little mistakes, which is turning...
That was a classic example of discipline there. The guy was on the ground. The Tairua player went straight off his feet. You can't do that. All he had to do was maintain his stance and go for the ball, and he would have got the penalty in reverse. So bad decision there, and you've got to just maintain discipline right to the end, because these little moments add up.
You got the big boys from the Coromandel, Thomas McDermott. He's sucking in some big air at the moment, and he's looking hungry to make it down there to the line. And a little slow walk there is on, encouraging his team. Let's just do it, boys. We only got another 10 or so minutes, 9 minutes to go, and we'll see how we go. But, yep, it's going to be a tally, 9 minutes. The boys from both teams are sucking in the big air. It's gone a lot more quieter out there on the field at this stage in the last minute or so.
6, 5, 3.
Head of the gun there.
Might have been a bit of time wasting there, but that's good tactics.
9, 10.
Rory Wright for Coromandel calling the line out, calls here as well. There we go, just well taken by Rory actually. Heading back to Renata in the mall there right in front of us, just holding it. They will try and do this as much as they can to eat the time down, and getting out wide there. Woody Hunt out to the centre there with a good running there by Sims. Strong running by Sims, putting on the speed, and he gets ankle tapped, just losing his feet there as well. So they want to move it out wide here, do Coromandel, and a knock on.
I think referee time. There's a lot of gaps in the game. A lot of discussion with all the referees and RDOs coming on. So we're not sure whether the time that's on the TV screen's accurate. It'll be the referee's decision anyhow. So the clock tower says 72, and our monitor here says 78. So there's a bit of a discrepancy there. So we're not sure what the time is. So just be aware that this game could be in referee's time, could be another 5 or 6 minutes to go. Nope, time off again.
Time off again, so looking like might be rolling on players here as well. Look, there's one guy that's made his way out onto the wing for Tairua. I'm not too sure the ref saw that anywhere within the game, but he's there anyway, and he's out there to play. So that's the main thing, playing some footy, and we'll just get into it.
5 minutes.
5 minutes to go. So officially the time is 5 minutes to go.
Who would know?
Your guess is as good as mine there, Ross, with the amount of stoppages and everything we've had in this game. Has brought everything in this game there with Tairua holding up at the Coromandel boys lift up, and there we go, out wide there. So good little...
good scrum from Tairua there. Picked up the front row of Coromandel and actually did very well. So to get a penalty there, they're going to kick it long into the mid-22 to halfway line. And it's now or never, really. They've got to get a try and then get the ball back from the kickoff. So Tairua will be looking to get this line out in and score.
5 minutes to go. 5 minutes to go at the Senior B final for the Lawrence Cup between these two teams as well. It's been a hell of a game over the first 75 minutes. Hope you enjoyed the live stream back into the game. And there we go, number 4, Elliott. Nice little tap on. Outstanding tap there to Seymour, who's the replacement halfback. Spinning it out wide here, spinning out wide there. And the winger, Joe Ferguson, takes up a good hit there for the boys from Tairua. Waiting for Cameron to feed the ball out there, and off it goes back up to the middle there to Appleby, the strong performing prop there for Tairua. Offside there, I would guess, in the middle by the boys from Coromandel. And here we go, penalty again. It is going to come down to that word of discipline and just maintaining your game. And Tairua go to either a shot at goal, or they're going to go for the corner. I would suggest they go for the corner. They need 7 points.
The right decision, wasn't it? They have to go to the corner. It's got to go out, of course. It does. I think things are getting a little bit out of hand here. Some of the people are forgetting the rules of the game, aren't they, really?
Yeah.
And you've just got to play to the rules, calm it down, take your opportunities. But Tairua's time to perhaps score, and then we'll have a last frantic 5-6 phases after the kickoff.
Thrown in there by Appleby, now playing a hooker for Tairua, taken by Keanu Manuel there for Coromandel. Coming on to for Tairua is Ethan McDonald, who's made his way out there to the wing. A couple of other changes out there for the boys from Tairua as well. Look, they're just walking backwards with their heads down, wondering what they've done there, and minutes are counting by. Coromandel are sucking in the big air at the moment, slowing the ball of play down before he goes to kick it out. Let's eat another minute here. Here we
tactics,
go.
Isn't it?
It is.
Just take time out of the clock. If you take time out of the clock, you don't have to play it.
They know Tairua got to score twice to get a victory over them. The 8-point buffer will show that, and they're just taking their time as well. No rush to go and get the ball for the line out.
Go. Off the wing. 4, 2. 4, boys. 4.
Straight to Rory Wright, who takes a nice good clean there, holding in one hand as he goes down. Renata will just hold it there and settle things down for a minute. Takes a good run up there, does Haere Ngarangi Renata, big strong run, but unfortunately the boys come over the top. Gianni Manuel and Lucas McGrath turns it over there, unfortunately not tapped in the right place there, mate. You got to come back. But they know. They've got a run, tapped there by Johnson, moving on out there, and there we go. Tairua on the run now in the back line there with the centre, running out middle, the strong captain of the day, Josh Law, been running strong all day. Johnson gets tackled there by McDermott, big solid tackle there on the number 8.
No shoulders, that stupid dirty bastard. That's bullshit. Use your shoulders, mate.
If you can hear a bit of this language, we do say sorry if it's just sneaking on through the microphone. There's not much we can do about it. So we do apologise on behalf of the broadcast team here, Ctas Live and Thames Valley Rugby Union. Just one of those things. But hey, at least it's not very, very loud and vocal if we had a big spectatorship here. But yeah, we do apologise if you do get a bit of a...
It's not us, is it, really?
No, it's not us. There we go.
Tairua pressing here, though.
Yeah,
Nope.
Sam Clark, good little run there as well, but it's taken away by the number 22, Michael Bailey, there for Coromandel, and number 11, who's been on form so far today. Michael Save has done a good strong, but left himself isolated. Big strong over the top there by the boys from Coromandel. They'll be wanting to get this down. Looks like Tairua got the ball back. Moving it out wide here. Should have let it go there by the boys from Tairua. Good tackle there, good saviour there by Missy Kinney as well. Nice tackle there by, of course, Bennett, and then we got holding on to it. Coromandel are looking very, very vocal around this as well at the moment. He'll be gutted is Shane Johnson, the number 8. Good strong run.
Just got isolated, didn't he?
That's all.
Just not there, not quick enough to get their hands onto the ball and seal off the ball. So Coromandel did the right thing, stayed on their feet, arms on the ball, penalty. And they'll put this in the corner and then play out the clock on picking.
Yeah, I'm picking exactly the same. For those that are reading the clock on the live stream, look, there's been a lot of stoppages. So we are in the referee's hand at the field here. It says 2 minutes to go. So at this stage, just when you hear the final whistle, you'll know it's full time. You'll hear the celebration by one of the teams, obviously, but we've still got a couple of minutes to go and play in referee's hands. Good strong run there by the first side, Jordan Olef for Coromandel, number 17 running up strong there. Stephen Takotihiwi as well, and he's still going strong as Steve Takotihiwi getting out there, freshman on the field, out to number 22, number 13 Sims, and there good hit there onto the fullback Wikaida for Coromandel as well. In the first 5, Olef running up strong, trying to settle things down with Mariroa having the ball and just settling right down now for Coromandel. Came to a bit of a standstill there as well. Woody Hunter kicks it. He must think it's full time. And he does think it's full time. He knows it is full time.
Great celebrations from the sideline from the Coromandel boys. You've got to give them credit. They had a pretty powerful forward pack. They played to that forward pack and maintained the ball. And when they scored, they had to. And good victory for them. I feel a little bit sorry for the Tairua boys. A bit of a stop-start game and didn't suit their style. But you've got to take your hat off to the old crafty boys from the Coro up there on the peninsula. Good on them, and there'll be a big celebration, no doubt, in the club rooms.
I could imagine it up there at the moment. They'll be celebrating in style. And take your hats off to everyone associated with the team from Coromandel. You've played a very, very, very good Senior B season. You've beaten this team, Tairua, in the previous 2 games, and had a strong battle out there in the final as well. And their score 23-15 justifies how strong that game was of a final for the Senior B. And when you take a look at the big boys who really were the steamrollers of the team for Coromandel there, Ross. Fed it out to their backs. They just kept going and going and going. Most probably done 70 minutes of the 80 minutes.
Yeah, and I take my hat off to the big fellas. You know, they played it pretty smart, rock and roll, both sides of the ruck, pick and go, kept it tight, grafted away, and denied Tairua the ball. It was a stop-start game, wasn't it? A lot of stoppages and instances during the game, especially in the second half. And what you got to look at in those situations is who's taking the time out of the clock and why they're taking the time out of the clock. And it certainly helped the Coromandel team regroup under those circumstances, in my opinion. But, you know, Tairua have played well as well. They've got a young team, and you've got to salute what they've done during the season as well.
So there we go. There's the final result there, 23-15. Champions for this year for the Senior B Lawrence Memorial Cup is the team from Coromandel. So they'll be celebrating up there as well as they do wave out to a couple of the fans that are here from Coromandel. Some of the stalwarts who have travelled down to support their team. Same with Tairua as well. Some of their stalwarts who have been on the sideline. Some good banter going on between the two teams as well, and even out on the field it was physical. But you can see the hungi going on now between the boys from Coromandel. They'll be celebrating all right, and they deserve to celebrate after their very, very good, strong win in this final. Well done to them as well. And I can see Hone Manuel, John Manuel, out there with his sons as well. I know Rangi Kohu Baker's been watching this as well. So to their family up and around the Coromandel area, to all the whānau up there, to those who are viewing from all over the motu, over the country, let alone overseas as well. Yet deserved to win, and great to see both teams giving each other a hug and celebrating what has been a good final as the Thames Valley girls walk out there again and give the gold pads a clean again.
You've got to take your hat off to both teams and the staff. They're doing the requirements under COVID. I think the biggest issue there, as we said before, was the structure and the way that both teams played. They both tried very hard to stick to their patterns, but Coromandel, you know, they deserve everything that they certainly weathered the storm. They spent a long time down on the goal line there working through the forwards, but they did maintain the ball, and they'll be very happy. It's a long trip up the coast, and there'll be a few crayfish eaten tonight, I'm sure, and a bit of a celebration in their club rooms. Commiserations to Tairua, but I know they've got a very young side, and they played well, but they'd be a little bit disappointed with the stoppages I'm picking. They tried to speed the game up.
Yeah, the stoppages did have an effect on the game there as well. I would guess they may have fallen into the advantage of the big boys from Coromandel. So big shout out. They want me to say the black and yellow. Do a big shout out to the black and yellow. Shout out to Tan, Darwin and Butcher who are watching live over in Thames as well. So thanks for the messages on Facebook, and Rangi Kohu Baker, give us a black and yellow. So there we go. They'll be all celebrating, and to all of you who are watching the live stream, thanks to have you on board. It's good to have you on board, actually, and enjoying something that is different. Ross, you know, this isn't the finals that we're used to, let alone the rugby, and not a spectator SO and such outside of the vicinity. It's good to see those. As we hear the hia go on by the boys from Coromandel, and now we hear the ana and the taikie. So they'll be doing it in style. It'll be interesting whether or not they will quickly do a haka before they've got to get into their changing rooms and then vacate the premises because of COVID-19. Everything's pretty well rushed in there. There'll be a quick celebration or a handover of the Lawrence Cup, and then in the changing sheds.
And Crane's going over there to interview the captains, I believe, and so once he gets that organised, we'll sign off for a few minutes and catch our breath before the next one.
Yeah, another big game.
Afternoon, Reno.
It has been a long one, Ross. It has been a long one. The Premier Final, which has come down to the two teams here. Kia ora, kia ora. To the two teams for the McClinchy Cup final, Cobras and Whangamata. Whangamata been 2006 since they made a final. Hopefully I want to go back-to-back for all the supporters from Te Aroha, the red, blue and yellow of Cobras. Which
they've never won a final.
Yeah. So
in consecutive, 2 consecutive finals. So a lot to play for both sides. Doing the interviews, both teams are very keyed up is the word, I suppose. Keen to get into the game, but let's pay homage here, though, Reno, to Coromandel, and as they get their award and their cup and their banner, which they can put up in their club rooms. It's always good to see teams like these two go head to head, isn't it? Because they've both been there or thereabouts in the whole competition. And when you look at the way that the game is structured and the way they've played it, two completely different styles. And you've got to give it to Coromandel. They played a very cagey game and hung in there.
Two physicalities of two different teams, too, in player stature look, and it has come to one of those games that showed a very, very close scoreline there, Ross, because, over the two club rounds, it's been very close. So there's not been much between these two, and they both deserve to be in the final. So I can see over the far side we had Lucas McGrath. Luke McGrath's going to have a bit of a speech soon, but the captain for Tairua, the centre in there, is saying a few words, I would guess, to acknowledge Coromandel. Their supporters as well. Josh Law is having a few words there, and now it'll be handed over to Luke McGrath, who, by the way, they tell me has dyed his hair a bit more extra orange for today, they say. So the boys back up in Coro will be having a bit of a kata, a bit of a laugh as well and enjoying themselves. Thanks, Grant.
Yeah, and Max Stanfield, a life member, former chairman of Thames Valley, is going to do the honours, I believe. He's got the microphone over there, so I expect a haka from perhaps the Coromandel boys to salute the Tairua boys. That would be nice, but we're also under time constraints too, so been an interesting day.
Has been. Look, it's only just about 2:45 here at the moment, and we already see the fanfare outside of the field. The red and white dynamite for Whangamata will be over here supporting. Here we go. Here's the haka. There we go, well known for obviously the haka are the boys from Coromandel. When you think of a lot of them too from the town of Manaia, Te Wharekura or Manaia, recognising them with their Māori kura kaupapa up there as well. So not surprising, it's a very, very strong hole when it comes to Māori kaupapa, tikanga, anything like that up there in the Coromandel. So well deserved to Coromandel. All the whānau, the family back home will be loving that as well, and here they'll be acknowledging their haka as well. Now the photos get on with the big sign with their championship trophy as well, the Lawrence Cup, so well deserved. Getting prepared too for the big game, the Premier Final. Traditionally you'll be used to it, a lot would have been hanging out there 2 o'clock, but it's a 3 o'clock. So it's just one of those things, and hey, it's just a privilege to be part of the live stream as well, and to bring you the action of what's been unfolding today at the Thames Valley Club Rugby Finals, again acknowledging the sponsor Leach, and also associated with Murphy Buses as well. So good to have the live stream, something we had to do that was different in regards to the rugby finals, Ross.
Crane's going to try and get somebody just moving into the crowd there to try and get an interview with the captain.
Yeah, Lucas McGrath is with Crane, so we'll try and hand it over to Crane.
Hey, we're joined here with Luke from Captain of Coromandel. How is it feeling, Luke?
Pretty good, eh? Tired, keen for a beer.
What does it mean for a club like yours, a club at the start of the season where you didn't have a team, to come and take the final?
It's pretty massive, eh? Especially for our community. There's not a lot that happens around home apart from fishing and hunting and stuff, so yeah, it's something for the community to come out and watch every Saturday, and yeah, it's good for the boys and good for our young ones to come along and watch.
And you've put together quite a team, so you've got some older fellas, some young guys. You reckon they're all looking to come back again? I know it's early, you've just won the cup now, but what do you think for the future of the club? Are in good hands?
Yeah, hopefully these young fellas hang around and getting a win, and that, you know, sort of keeps them in the team, and next season hopefully go back up to the Prems and have another go at that, yeah.
And what about yourself, mate? You're here for higher ambitions now?
Oh, yeah, I'm just there for the fun of it, eh? And just the love of the game.
And now it's a bus trip back up to Coromandel. How many stops do you reckon you're going to have on the way?
Oh, there'll be a fair few, eh? I don't know how many boys are going to fall out of the bus when we get home.
How many boys do you think are going to make it back to Coromandel?
Hopefully the team, eh?
No one get lost along the way. Whoever, mate, you enjoy the night.
Awesome, cheers, mate.
Congratulations again.